What's up, Lynn? Can you guys hear me? What is going on? Looks like projects are okay. What is going on, bro? What's good, man? Can I be heard? Are you able to hear me? Listen, holy moly, man. The ETFs, what projects I'm buying, what I want to get rid of. There's a lot of things happening. Market's looking good. Let's get rid of this echo, man. Amazing. Yeah, live stream's looking good. I'm super bullish, super excited, and happy to hear your thoughts. Elias, how are you, brother? Oh, we're gonna have a good session today. We're gonna have a good session. I promise of that, because I could clearly see the end of the tunnel. Even though we're not there yet, all this 75% BS doesn't really fill me with a lot of confidence. We're going to talk portfolios. We're going to talk why I think there's lessons learned in the last, in the last few weeks. Many lessons learned in the last 2 months. And I'm honestly going to attempt to try and put some sanity into what's going on. And we're going to talk a bit about the AI. We're going to talk about of course, the ETF, what's going on with ETH. We're going to look at some charts, and then we're going to keep it moving. But it is so great to see you guys. So before I even jump in, let me just shout out to everybody. Some gaming cryptos like Miria, Corpo had a nice bounce recently, but not Creo. Oh, fantastic. 15 thoughts. Yeah, look, so they've done a token burn, and I would probably say, so first of all, from a psychological point of view, I haven't actually checked what's going on with Creo today, but from a psychological point of view, lots of coins, even Bitcoins are down. Not everything has responded with the market. The vast majority have. So the vast majority of projects have obviously had a decent run, but Creo is actually performing decent in the recent dip. And I reckon there's nothing to be concerned about. Creo is a longer term, for me, it's a longer term play. And I think being down 15%, let's see if we can see the vesting. Do we have an unlock? Yeah, so yeah, the sell-off, there's an unlock coming in 9 days, right? And that unlock, let me just share my screen with you. Let's get this party. Sorry, do bear with me 1 minute. All right, there we go. So this is Creo Engine. There is an unlock coming, okay? It's 0.4% of the total supply. Nothing to be worried about. But if you actually look for the day, it's actually down now by is it 2%? 24 hours. So nothing to worry about here. I think this is one of the, if you look at the schedule, and what I've done, guys, is tokenomics is such a headache for investors. And to be honest, I did a whole entire presentation on this, and I would love to present this to people, because I think of course, the VIPs are a group of seasoned vets, but there's a lot that goes into this in terms of tokenomics. And I think the inflation of a cryptocurrency, sometimes now retail is absolutely afraid. So I've seen scenarios where retail is just selling because they assume that the up and coming unlock will have a price impact. So, we go through this extensively. There's something I'm building on, but hopefully I will release this for everybody on YouTube, because There's just many elements that go into this, from market cap calculation to how you need to position yourself in terms of the overall when you go into a project. That's why a lot of these fair launch projects do really well. And there's a wider argument to be had. I saw some stuff with Commonwealth the other day on Kyle's live stream, where they're now specifically targeting retail customers because everybody's just too smart. So nothing out of the ordinary, in my opinion, for Creo, but I think this is it's a longer term play for me. So 86% of the tokens are already unlocked, right? And look at the next unlock. I mean, that's hardly gonna set the world on fire. Having said that, even though some of these gaming projects have had a bounce, I see majority of our gains, especially with a lot of the smaller portfolios that I review. So you can see here 7 days. So Echelon Prime, 7 days, still under $20. You've got, let's have a look at the biggest. Right. So we talked about Senate, for example. I actually talked about Senate last week quite extensively because of the token burns, right? But if you actually look, even, of course, Shrapnel, if you would have bought Shrapnel, you most likely are underwater, even at 12 cents. Citus Heroes is another fantastic one. You've got every single gaming project is heavily discounted. Everything. Don't worry about these 12%. We are in the business of 2,000, 2,500, 1,500%. So I hope that answers your question, brother. This is where we can make major gains, major gains. And these are obviously some of these, for example, like Fabwell. What is this? $2 million in market cap. So I say some of these will be better bets than meme coins. All right. Some of these will absolutely be better bets than meme coins, especially if you want to hold something like, say, a $500 of something like this in, for a gaming run. So I hope that kind of clarifies that up. I also wanted to talk a bit about AI and Depin and see what's happening there. So yeah, hope that answers your question, brother. Yo, Lynn, what's going on? Very happy to hear you. What's going on, Elias, man? I did. Yeah, Alf is down, and I few of us in. Let me just get rid of some of these. Sorry, I've got so many tabs open. It's just not funny. So let's look at Alium, right? And everybody who was expecting to buy the dip, well, it came down to 164, 165, and then it shot back up. There's a bit of sell-off there. You could clearly see it on the chart. And the overall bullish news here is, so let me address the sell-off quite for a minute. So, sorry, everyone, upgrade. So we'll talk about this in a minute, but the sell-off was quite interesting. So me and a few of the fellas in the Discord, we were tracking wallets. Okay, so we were tracking multiple wallets. We're trying to see what was going on with Alium. Obviously, you've got to do that for all your projects. I hope everybody learns a lesson there. When you get a whiff of bad news, like Space Mesh or Microvision Space or any of these things, you've really got to understand. Shout out to my brother Cypril there. But you've got to understand what the overall context is, okay? Because it could be, it's a really difficult situation having a cryptocurrency that's just all of a sudden dipping. Is there a token unlock and everybody's panic station on panic stations? This is what I tweeted, right? This is what I tweeted today. So, and I honestly, I kind of went to the gym. I came back and I wanted to buy more alpha. I told the guys 164. By the time I came back, it was 176, and it's now at 177. Fantastic opportunity below $2. But this is my overall feeling after spending nearly half of my afternoon today, just looking for the wallets that were selling, the reasons why they were selling. Apparently, there were 2 wallets that were doing that. But this is what I tweeted. I said, look, whoever is trying to manipulate the price of ALF, you're doing retail a favor. Alephium is a generational buy. Continue to stack my bags. I have actually set up a couple of buy orders at that time. This asset is undervalued and people don't realize what's in front of them. Diamond hands, 18x below Casper market cap of all time. So for about 4 billion. So guys, these are the margins that we're talking about. For stuff like this, you are going to get an absolute heartache every now and then. This is why tonight I bought a significant bag. I've been buying the dips anyway, but I bought a significant bag of Ondo Finance. And you may be asking me, that's not in tradition with your typical investment thesis. Well, I do have 2 portfolios and I try to balance them. So whatever that's in one, I try to add it to the other. With the ETH approvals, miss this at your own risk, because somebody will tell you, somebody will fudge you out of this. Somebody will tell you it's too big. Somebody will tell you that you can make 100x or 1000x if you put your money. Of course, you got to spend a little bit more, but with the exception of BlackRock, you're looking at, the Founders Fund, Pantera Capital, Coinbase Ventures, potential Binance listing, and you've got an asset here that you can actually put a significant amount of money in that can actually give you decent returns. So I've been DCAing, I've been telling the group, don't just go after shit basket, try to diversify yourself. And the question that I was asking people actually in my group is, what have you been doing to your portfolio? And your portfolio is looking at you saying, Eddie, what have you done for me lately? I am full of shit projects, right? You can't be doing that, because if you, for some of us, like we were here in the bear market, right? So you had an opportunity to buy stuff like back in those days. It was all about fundamentals, ISO, but you had opportunities before to buy stuff like Render, a cash network under $100 million. There were so many good projects that were actually clearly showing you they were running, but crypto YouTube would more often than not talk about the heavy out of sight, out of mind, last cycle projects like Cardano that got a lot of people wrecked. So I'm just saying, everybody in my audience right now, be absolutely warm. Make no mistake about this. If your portfolio is looking kind of itchy because you've got 20 different Zephyr protocols and microvision space, and I do play in that game. I've been playing in that game forever. I'm a sucker for a fundamental small cap crypto, and I've got tons of those. I still have Zephyr in there. I have microvision space, but even though they're tiny in terms of what the overall makeup is, I just wasn't happy about knowing what the asset is here on Ondo Finance, and looking at all of the different things. Yet I'm overly diversified in microcap. So look, I'm warning you, we can always go back to these videos. There's videos on Casper that I did that stand the test of time. Buying Casper under 1 cent, and I'm not talking absolute rubbish here. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a non-financial advice, but this is exactly what I did, and I'm going to continue to do this, because could this go to 50 billion? Could this go to 20 billion? Well, absolutely. I think it can, with the BlackRock element. And this is where we sometimes, retail then goes to the market cap and they'll tell you, but hey, listen, this is the leader in this asset. The entire ecosystem is small. Real world assets is tiny compared to where this could go, what this can tokenize. So think of this Ethereum ETF. You can't play in ETH. We're not trading ETH, but the basket of cryptocurrencies on Ethereum that BlackRock chose, this is going to be leader. So, I'm not telling you exactly to do what I'm doing, but I'm just telling you, brother, and sister and dear friends, if you spent the last 12 months in crypto, forget about the bear market, because everybody's going to sound like an OG to you, but you are here and you've spent some good time knowing what shit portfolios look like, what, what bottom of the barrel looks like, why your projects are not moving when everything else keeps moving. Do you want to have that same feeling in 2025? The answer is no. So I go back to you. What lessons have you learned about yourself, about your investment habits? Are you just going to be full of shitcoins? And I think, as a sucker and a degen for these 50, 100x cryptocurrencies, I'm coming out with something far more responsible, which is, by the way, what I've been telling my private investors. Look at yourself and see, now that things are pumping and your entries are now up, so you're not at a huge loss. But what lessons have you learned in the last 4 months, including this 60 days that we've been post-halving? Since since the runes and all of these things came about. So Ondo Finance is a charitable act of humanity from my side, because I don't want to see you guys losing so much money to the point where you're expecting your 1000x crypto and it's doing Michael Jackson moonwalk that way, because the team is flooding microvision space and all of the, they may do 1000x, they may do 100x, but at this stage of the game, what money would you like to to take out of the market? So that's a quick one for me. Sorry if I ranted a bit there, but I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart, with all the best intentions. What price do you think BTC will reach? Well, I've always said, Trey, BTC for me this cycle is 200, perhaps maybe 250. We can look at 3x, calculations, maybe 4. It really depends, but I think we will get a super humongous cycle. What is going on, Jason? Good to see you, bro. God save our gracious caveman. What's going on, brother? Patriot, that's my guy. Sold my duel and put it into Navi. Man, Navi is... You saw the performance. So let's look at Atlas Navi. And look, first of all, I think, we have plenty of time to get into gaming. But the gains here were quite significant. And I think one of the indicators was, personally speaking, Navi refused to dip below 20 cents. I think it went one time, it just went below 20 cents a little bit. I think it was 18 or 19 cents. So I had a list of cryptocurrencies that I was actually posting for the private investors, and it was just all about strength. It was Navi, it was Ondo, it was Octaspace. To a certain extent, it was Blender. Blender didn't get wrecked, apart from the day when it dipped 54 cents and just shot back up. But listen, this is an AI Depin project. So for anybody who doesn't know, Atlas Navi is not just a Depin mapping project. There's an element of AI and NFTs in how they gather these, and the computational power. So this is, if you're in stuff like Hypermapper, this is kind of significantly smaller. It's $14 million in market cap. You'd look at two things. You look at the current price. Don't worry about if it's moved up 20% or 15% or 10%. Like I said, your mindset should all be about, 5x and above. And I think this has got every opportunity to do really well. So I'm really happy that you've gone into this. And I think you can still come back for stuff like Duel, as long as you're accelerating and putting money into fundamental projects. I'm all for that. Mr. Maloney, what is going on, bro? Finally catch a live. Hey, you loud and clear. Cape Canaveral, bro. I've lately been having some microphone issues, especially when I was with Clifford. But yeah, I hope I sound okay tonight. Hey, man, good to see you. Good to see you, Chris. Hope you're doing well, brother. My man, Ben, what's going on, brother? I'm good. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Scotty, what is going on, brother? Yo, top player. I just opened. I have a. By the way, guys, I'm dressed like Zlatan Ibrahimovic because my new gym is finally open. I'm gonna be the new Armzilla. Shout out to my brother Muzz. Muzzy, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, bro. Great to see you. Next leg up will be gaming, inshallah. I hope so. Listen, bro, I think, look, the more he stays quiet, we've got to really remember where we are, right? So let's have a look at this little cycle here. So you've got, this is called the crypto hype cycle. I really like this by Rec Capital. So you've got this green here, which is the lowest of hype, which is where we're coming off now. And if you look at, I saw a bit of Rand's show, Crypto Banter, and the hype, the urgency, the FOMO, it was just exceptional. Because you're thinking, wow, get in now, get in now. But guys, where are we now? So we are meant to be here, right? Exactly here. So if you think of these as waves, right? So some of the information here is kind of like looking at crypto, looking at past events, trying to predict it. And I've never seen a harder, more difficult cycle than there is now. Why? Smarter retailer, right? The retailer of today, a lot of you guys are actually even VCs, I've got a few guys in my group who are, that's all they do. They hunt projects, they get in early. Fantastic. But what I would say is, I would still DCA into the market. Now, if we have an accelerated cycle, and there could be an argument for that, we just have to look at confluence of things, right? So what you see here is the Bitcoin dominance, and right now we are at what, 54%. Okay, so, and you can look at previous cycles, you can look at previous hypes. Look over here. So it kind of topped up in you got December, November here. Look at that candle for the BTC dominance. Monumental. And this is 2021, by the way. Sorry, 2020. But as you started to come down, look at this, early 2021. What do you see here? BTC dominance dropping significantly. But the height that it started to drop from was around 73%. So if you look at the equivalent level now, right? This is if we're using historical data to try and predict the future, minus the ETFs, because that's what every analyst is doing. Every analyst is like, okay, we're gonna smarter retailer, far more greedier. The ICOs before were different. You could get into Solana at a certain valuation at a public sale. You could get into Chainlink at a certain valuation at a public sale. All those things, or even at launch from exchanges. So those days are gone. So what you have now is this BTC dominance has to drop. And where we are right now, the equivalent in terms of the cycle, if we go back to, I would probably say April 2021, you can see here, it absolutely prints a huge reversal here. Massive, massive candle. Boom. There we go. And then it gets weaker and weaker. And then we've got a slight bump over here. So this is all 2021, like June. But look at the lows, right? So if I could, let me just go clone this. So this is kind of fascinating over here. So if you look at this period here, right? Look how low Bitcoin dominance is. Let me just go back here. Specifically this period here, right? Absolutely. These are the kind of, 39%. I mean, the previous time to that, 35% was all the way back in 2018, right? So are we near there right now? The answer is no. And unless you have BTC dominance dropping drastically, and of course there are other things that are happening, but we're still kind of halfway onto those kind of levels. Therefore, when we see the FOMO that's being created, of course, we should all be exposed to the market. Nobody on this live right now is not, hasn't allocated from 2021 to 2022, 2023, 2024. So I believe these next few months will be possibly the last few months of decent buys, decent entries. And I think we still have way more to go. USDT dominance is another one that you can see here. That's hopefully going to come down. That's quite bullish in my opinion. So there's multiple things. But if you look at gaming, we talked about gaming a little bit. There's discounts everywhere. If we look at the percentage changes, some of these are already in reversal. It doesn't even matter now. It's just accumulate. So yeah, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of where my mind is. Because right now, everything that we see is just FOMO. But how comes we don't FOMO into the red candles? Sometimes I feel embarrassed doing a DCA alert or doing a buy alert because I'm doing it. Respect for the dry powder, because there's none. There's no powder anywhere. So yeah, as soon as the green candle comes, everybody's like, let me get the checkbook out. It's funny how money just magically appears when there's green candles, but more often than not, people are also selling fundamental projects that they've been holding for a while because they want to switch into something else, which is understandable. I looked into Navi more after your video, and you know me. Yeah, definitely, bro. Even took a 4-digit loss on Duel. Listen, honestly, I look at Depin, right? Seriously, like, look at the projects in Depin. So a lot of these shit GPU projects are just copycats. They literally copy and paste. But when you have something like, I would probably say GeoNet, it's another unbelievable gem. With precision mapping, you've got Atlas Navi, albeit a micro cap. We know what these market caps can do. But nevertheless, when you have real world use cases, there will be some GPU projects that do really well. But vast majority of GPU projects are just same bloody website, computers for hire. It's old now. So definitely this could be a future, maybe 500 million, maybe $1 billion. I think this has a lot of legs. My man AJ, hope all is well. All is well, AJ. Good to see you, fam. In Belter, how are you, my sister? Great to see you. Looking fit, DXP. Yeah, you know what? Thank you so much, bro. Man's looking like Tyson Fury. You've been working out. Yeah, 100%, bro. Luckily I have I'm too lazy to go to the gym. So I've got built up a little Armzilla gym. I call it Armzilla. So yeah, I'm just trying to get fit for the summer, bro. Big man Kuma, what's going on, my brother? Great to see you. Fantastic to see you. Mr. Hudson, how are you, sir? I've been dabbling with memes in the last few weeks. Bought some 2-cup LFG, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Listen, meme coins last year. So my single biggest win in 2023 was Pepe. And it was just an accidental purchase. I was sitting here one night. I couldn't believe what was happening. And then about 4 weeks later, got listed on Binance. So just like yourself, like Muzz, Armzilla, there's too many of you to mention, but the casino's open. That's where we get the USDT from. What's up, friends? Steve-O. Any chance of shrapnel bounce back? It's already bouncing back. I checked it today, and it's looking good. I think it was around 12 cents. Shrapnel will get back. It will get back to where it belongs. And I can tell you now, people that never bought shrapnel under 10 cents will absolutely buy FOMO into this, at 30 cents and above. It just happens all the time. What I would say is this is probably one of the, look at this chart, look at the strength over here. This was kind of like just going up, charting sideways, boom. And then this, obviously kind of broke out over here. And this is a good chart over here just to see where it could go. And I think, beautifully spotted there, 24 cents could be a target for this one. But this is kind of like for me, it just has the Neo Tokyo effect, but it's a good game as well. I don't know if you guys have played it. Inflation is, of course, always a concern, but I think it will make a nice trade in my opinion. Especially, I hold it, and I'm looking to flip this as soon as we get a good bounce in times. Brother, could you discuss how much percentage of your maximum allocation to TET, ML, and your other picks of your portfolio? So, Chilla, do you want to do this privately or do you want to do this publicly? So I talked about it today. I don't know. I don't know if you saw it, but I will give you my public portfolio. So look, it's very easy. Let's have a look at these allocations. There you go, brother. Right. Now, in terms of my conviction, my core projects don't change. Casper is my biggest holding across all of my portfolios, right? AGI is a massive holding for me in my private portfolio, like significant allocation. AI Tech is another one. I do have a significant bag of Alium, but you will see Ondo makes a very small percentage of my portfolio here, right? But that's actually going over to my main portfolio, which I'm more than happy to share with you, being in the Discord. But this is, for me, this is a pretty good allocation. I think, look, Cas will probably overtake that. But I'm very well spaced as what I would say over here. There aren't too many blue chips apart from Casper and Ondo. And I say blue chips, I mean, I'm talking about $1 billion and above. So I'm really happy with that. But you can see on this portfolio, ML is 5.5%, Casper 16. I mean, I'm very heavily allocated to these two over here. But recently, I've been buying the dips on based AI. Tecton makes about 10% because I was buying the dips significantly, right? And of course, I bought the Corpo, as you can see here, is one of my over 5.5% for gaming projects. You can see there, Creo has to be built up. GFAL also on this portfolio. And then I've got some DGen plays within that as well. But that's how I'm allocated on this portfolio so far. I have added a significant bag to my other portfolio of things like balanced AI. And I think that when we can, I'll probably record a video for you guys because that's actually far bigger in terms of the number. And I just don't want to be comfortable sharing that portfolio in the on the channel. But I hope that answers your question, right? And yeah, next time ask me these ones in the in the Discord. I'll give you the other portfolio. I was into Velt since 1 million. Sold it long time ago. PT, what's going on, my brother? Look, it's a DGen play, man. Fab World for me is not. This wouldn't be a serious allocation. It'll be like these kind of the amazing thing about these kind of projects is you can throw a little bit of money in them, but don't refresh the portfolio to check this every day, right? You don't need to do that at all. I think, in my opinion, this always happens when the bull market comes, when a full gaming season comes. These actually move up with the 10x's, 15x's, 20x's quite rapidly. The gains are made quite quickly. So yeah, whereas something like this, is kind of more of a blue chip. If you wanted to have more of an allocation, you can put serious money into this. This came all the way down to 400 million. But when we talk about some of the DGen games, let's look at some of these gaming watch list over here. I still think, honestly, the gaming season will be big. I know people are saying that, okay, it's going to come. Alex Becker tweeted the other day that the gaming season would be perhaps towards the end of the, towards like election time or after Gonzilla launch. Where are the gaming? Yeah, so here's some gaming watch list. yeah, you can. I mean, you can see here that things are pretty much on discounts. But yeah, it's if you start eating from here in the lower. So what happens is if you put money into some of these ones over here, you're likely to make money, but not from every single one of them, right? So there is that argument of degening where you put in, some money here, some money there, but I prefer to get guaranteed returns, and then I keep it moving to some of the degen stuff. Jones, you want to go down to Electric Avenue, I believe, my friend. Alex Jones. Yeah, you know what? Lately, man, I don't have the appetite for the I love the meme coins, but I prefer to just buy something and hold. Jones, there's a ton of them. Which one has got the most liquidity? It's probably this bad boy over here. $3 million election season. I mean, do any of you remember InfoWars? Quality. Listen, this is competing with the gently used Honda Civic. I've never actually been to the website. And he talks as well, right? Yeah. Listen, Ben, $3 million in market cap, bro. Wow. What do we have over here? Okay. Pretty decent retracement. See what that move does. See if you just kind of good support over here. Touch this a couple of times. Listen, I like this. $3 million in market cap. Election season, man. InfoWars. Listen, I grew up in the early 2000s. Two things I went to YouTube for: Kimbo Slice and InfoWars. Right? So Kimbo Slice just fighting down in Miami, somewhere in the States. Yeah, Miami, I think it was. And then you sat down for InfoWars during the Iraq War and that type of thing. But I like this, man. This is cool. It's on Solana, right? Yeah, it's on. Cool. Yeah, looks good, bro. Looking good. How you doing, my friend? 1 million Jasmine, but scared. Okay. I hear you. My next back should be everything else is really high. 1 million Jasmine, but I'm scared it's not gonna be enough. Okay, look, Jasmine had a recent resurgence, and this name, the Japanese Bitcoin, is an interesting one because the run that it had recently was honestly very surprising to me because I accumulated a lot of this stuff. Let's look at the month. Yeah, this thing was a beast in the last 3 months, but $1 billion, a Internet of Things project. Okay, I mean, I don't understand your question, brother. Just to help you, Gigi. What do you want to do with this? Do you want to get rid of it? Do you want to sell it? Because I think, look, Jasmine is one of those tokens I no longer hold. I actually sold my bag. And yeah, I really can't advise you on Jasmine. I would, I will sell this at a heartbeat. That's just the way it's been for me. And try and get into some of these neo cryptocurrencies. So if you've got 1 million of these, that's quite a significant amount of money tied up into this. Did I put this? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really depends what you want to do with that, but I would consider, if it runs again, just getting out of it and maybe just allocating into something else. Banter was shilling Alf for a while. Pretty sure he dumped it. Look, Alf will take care of itself. I think I've requested, I've sent some contact to them, and I was like, do you guys want to do an AMA? Look, these sell-offs happen, right? These things happen, but it held quite well. My price target for this, if you actually do proper charting on Alf, you would have, you'd always see that it's meant to come to the $1.50 would be a fair value, in my opinion. So we've not done that. The volume here is okay. Market cap is small. This could really run. I think if there's a cryptocurrency that will move with Casper, will move with this whole narrative, I think it will be ALF. And a few things that they've announced. What did they announce? So they've actually moved on to their, where did I have it? Let's go to, there's been some activity with those guys. I'm still looking at some wallets. Let's go to ALF. Where have you gone? Yeah, there you go. So for them now, the feeling that I get is increasing of TVL and activity on the Alium chain. And in addition to that, they've just announced this whole bunch of events. They've just upgraded to Rune. So check that out. It's meant to be faster, more scalable. Proof of less work is kind of like they're trying to advance that. So the creation of proof of less work, Coinbase transactions modified with, so have a read. And of course, there's the whole debate about, the programming language for EVM. I think over time, you'll start to see more and more. They have developer conferences coming up as well. So you might want to take advantage of that. Have a look. If this project was being sold, like Microvision Space, you wouldn't see a bounce back. And I was disappointed while I was tracking wallets. It came to 165, 164, and I was going to actually put a decent order in, and then it just went back 176. I would even still consider DCAing into this price. There's nothing to worry about here, and I hope they accept our invitation for an AMA. Hi, Marion. What's going on? Greetings, DXP. What do you know about Reggie Middleton and his, most cryptos are on a crypto patent. Ooh, okay. Thought I would put this in your radar. I'll look into this. I think I don't actually know too much about it, if I'm being completely honest. And but it is something worth considering. Thank you so much, Marion. Really appreciate that. I'll keep that comment and research it. According to Crypto Rank, Balance AI is, oh really? BAI. First thing I'll do is, let's see what we have over here. Well, I'm putting Dex tools. Wrap BAI. We're gonna make crazy money in this cycle. I think the only question is gonna be when that alt season comes, right? So let's have a look at this bad boy here. Man, Dex Tools is just always lagging, right? Because all these meme adverts. Brewed on base. Oh, come on, for heaven's sake. Listen, the other one, the really gem, the crazy one is Morpheus AI. Morpheus AI, if it comes down, I think I'll get a decent bag, because I've got this kind of almost like revenge trading in terms of missing out on or just buying 2 towers for a combined price of $60 or $70, whatever I paid. FDV, let's have a look at the tokenomics. I think this is wrong. Let's have a look. Yeah, so is it listed on MEXC now? Exchange, yeah. Just go to MEXC listing. I don't think that's the case, but I'll double check on that. I'll definitely double check on that. Crypto is a scam, 100%. It's basically, I always call it the see who blinks first, right? That's all it is. You said all out according to yeah, sorry, I think I might have been mistaken, potentially. But there is a list of things. Was it? Am I mixing it up with another one? BAI, YAI, SAI. I'll look into this. I'll actually look into the vesting and tokenomics. I had a different picture on that. Agree with most of your picks, but Corpo isn't one of them. They have a failed project in the past, and listen, I've seen. I've actually talked about this. Somebody in my Discord presented a video to me, and of course about the team and all of these things. Look, we've seen cryptos survive hacks, right? How many, what was it today? You had the likes of Gala Games bouncing 11%. How many of us in this live now are playing these crypto games? Honestly, hand on heart. Because look, if you are in a project and you're saying that the project is crap, and obviously you're not in it, but in this particular case, I totally disagree, because the subject could be it's not always black and white. I've seen performances, and I'm trying to tackle the question head on without giving you a short answer. But I think amongst all of the games out there, if you think about some of the categories or games that Corpo is competing with, the other projects, I reckon it will outperform a lot of them. And you saw a snippet of that in just a little run that we've had. And of course, there are always, anybody could have a failed project, but from what I've seen, from what I've researched, and of course the amount of money I've put into Corpo, I genuinely believe that it will run, and it will run with the masses too. Also, there's a written mistake on their website. I hope they need. Look, one of the things I would love to do is to put these questions to them, and then we collectively, as investors, we decide whether they do a good job or not. Right? That is quite important, because I think more often than not, I mean, look, it's, what is it, 5% over here? Even though it's 5%, it's still a significant allocation, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm reaching out to a lot of the projects, and I'm asking tough questions. I want to bring them on board, and if there's anything that obviously we missed, then we can always catch them. Sammy, which strategy is this, bro? Do you think this strategy is advisable? Let me know which strategy it is. I have no idea what. Okay, yeah, you say it over here. Advisable taking 1% out of the portfolio every week after BTC reaches 90K, possibly. No, it's my short answer. Why would you want to do that? I think, look, I can see where you're going with it. And it's very smart on your part to be thinking about taking profits off the table. You can't take profits off the table. What I would say is, we all have different financial needs. We all have different pressures. And my strategy is to do it on a macro news. And there was 3 possible catalysts that are going to trigger me leaving the market. 3 catalysts. That's it. If one of those 3 things happens, I'm going to be out of crypto, right? One of them is to do with BTC and the cycle top. Another one is to do with, again, looking at the smart money flow and how, if BTC breaks certain trend lines, those will be hairy. But if you want to take profit, you want to be taking profit into from trades, right? So if you think that the NVIDIA AI conference or earning report is going to have a significant impact on the price of certain cryptocurrencies, you should be trading those. But as far as something like this, what I'm presenting here right now, I'm not looking to sell these unless it's something that is extremely on that I something happens along the way, and I find out some information and I need to switch a few things. But I don't like to take that small amount out unless we are absolutely sure. Because what are you going to do with that money, right? You're going to try and reinvest again on the dip. That could be a strategy. But I would wait for November. If I'm being honest, I am looking at the US election as a catalyst, and so should everybody else. I think historically, the election has always done unbelievable things in crypto, right? So if we get a crypto debate, you saw what apparently there was a debate whether the Democrats have changed their minds about the ETF for ETH because Trump is ahead of them in terms of crypto. So just imagine how monumental that's going to be. But if there's something in your portfolio that you need to trade, by all means, pull the trigger. I want to sell some plays. I have to last call on the Patreon. Yeah, 100%, bro. Look, if you feel like you're up on certain things, yeah, you can actually trade out of those. That's not a problem. I'm just talking about on a strategically where, in my opinion, take profit on a kind of BlackRock narrative for RWAs. Even though I'm not going to sell Ondo then. I do have other stuff like SMT, like Rio, smaller projects. But yeah, I'm looking at first macro event I'm looking at is the US election. I'm looking at summer 2025. And hopefully, if that all goes well, and we have a longer cycle, I'm probably going to be looking at the traditional exit points. But within that, there are 3 additional conditions. What's going on, Steve? From Thailand. Good to see you, brother. AI Tech AGI all the way, brother. 100%, Steve. And I hope you are enjoying Bangkok or Phuket or wherever you are, man. Thailand is a wonderful place. But yeah, I do agree with you. I do have both in significant allocations. All right. Do you think the ETF will bring alt season sooner? That's what they want us to believe, Koza, right? And of course, some of the metrics show that. I'm not gonna say the ETF is going to be the catalyst that brings the alt season. We just looked at a few other confluences that you need in order to get a true alt season. Now, when you look at the ETH ETF, so at the moment, some of the big analysts are saying they are 75% sure that it's going to be approved, right? But by now, every single person here is a seasoned vet. Like, we know sell the news events, and I'm hoping we're all allocated into projects that can take advantage of when that move happens. The only thing you can do is just to plan your bags, right? Buy the right projects, DCA into the right projects, bring more money. Sometimes, somebody will message me and say, hey, I've got X, Y, and Z projects, but I want to sell it for this project. And I will always say, look, the project that you have is pretty good. Why do you want to trade it for that project? Is it possible always not to sell your crypto? Can you bring more money into the market? Right? Gives you absolute power, towards the bull market. So that's absolutely important. But if we are allocating and we are DCAing, you don't really need to worry about alt season unless we have a macro event. I'm keeping some eyes on the war situation, what's happening in the world. The doomers and gloomers will always say that there could be a black swan event. I've even heard that BlackRock could do something in order to bring the prices down again so they can accumulate all kinds of nonsense out there. But then what happens is the God candles come. And I'm not sure how many of you have been on a bull market, but that stuff is mind-boggling. It's boom, 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 boom. In the space of 2-3 weeks, a month, your life changes upside down. So just allocate DCA to the point where crypto is no longer viable. And I will have that, and I will share that with the Patreons. It's no longer viable to buy crypto and to buy, to DCA. At that point, if you're out of the market, then I think you are, you gotta play in the meme casinos. Let's get through these. Big shout out to me. Thank you so much, Tony, bro. I'm gonna see you in Dubai because I think you owe me a cigar. E-gold. In the last cycle, what do you think about the fundamentals? Look, I love the so e-gold for me. I used to actually like it more when it was called Elron, right? If you remember. Wow, I haven't looked into this for ages, man. E-gold. Was it Elron E-gold or this E-gold? Ticker ELGDS. You see that I'm looking for ELGD. GD. What is it? Elron. EGLD, sorry. EGLD. Man, Multiverse X. I haven't seen this for like good 14 months. $1 billion. I mean, this has a tokenomics here is just ridiculous. I mean, this is the one. This and Quant dominated the last bear market, but I wouldn't really look at this. I think times have moved on, in my opinion. I thought at one stage, this was supposed to be thousands of dollars. Blockchain with a, what? We need to maybe look at the latest on what's happening, because these older projects, unless there's partnership there, I mean, I think this is pretty much a. I do like the new website though. I'm not going to lie. I mean, look, what do I think of it? Honestly, the all-time high from the last cycle was ridiculous. I wish they would have kept this as Elron. And yeah, I mean, what do I think? The market cap. Let's have a look at the market cap over here. So what it did last cycle was, if you look at this, 10 billion, 9.3 billion, and it's at 1 billion. So it would be 10x just to get there. Historically, cryptocurrencies don't actually, some of them don't break their all-time highs. Having said that, obviously there is a breakout here. Where could it go next? I mean, there's few levels on this particular chart. I need to actually chart this myself. But yeah, I mean, look, all-time high is 9x from here. So maybe you might be able to trade out of it. XVG, is this was this on a pre-sale recently? Xverse, I think. What do you think? Is it a good investment? How many X's can it do? The thing is, I don't know if this is the right one. EXVG. Let's have a look at this. This is a new launch. I think this is a brand new. This came out of DeFi, was it? Or am I mixing it with something else? Get access to the alpha. Free to play. The truth is, I think I might have seen this before. And look at these tokenomics. I mean, I'd have to look into it to give you an answer. I mean, this looks like it's kind of come out. Price looks like it's price just looks like it's kind of like, but it might be too early to look. But I will definitely check and look at the tokenomics. Maybe look at it on the vesting side of things. And EXVG. EX. I'm sure this had a launch out recently. There's some private investors in here. Yeah, so you got unlocks 2 days. Ooh. 700K in market cap, $39 million in FDV. And then what are these? So MEXC. Yeah, look, at the moment, this, to be honest, I don't know. It looks like it's a micro cap here. So I'll look into it a bit more. It's got exchange listing and we'll check it out. And I'll get back to you on that, brother. Joey, what's going on, bro? Let's see who else is over here. Alf, bearish price prediction. No, bearish just because it's kind of it got sold off a bit today. But my price prediction hasn't changed overall. I think people just don't realize how. Look, it went down to 160. What was it? 163, 164, and then it went back. Now, obviously, we'll see if there's more sell-off, but I don't really see any alarm bells. It's still a very small market cap. This thing could go ridiculous. It just had, some good exchange listings, and in the US investors are now they have access to Alf. So look, bearish, I wouldn't say. I think it's just like Tectum, right? If you look at Tectum, even though it bounced a bit, it had a massive sell-off. And even at $14 million, this is still extremely undervalued. So a lot of these projects had this massive slide down. Alf was one of the ones that held together. So yeah, just have to be patient with it. And I'm going to hold strong until price performances come. Guys, smash a like. Do you think that Elix and Lit might be similar? Ooh, that's a good question. But, again, I would say if you've got Senate, it's too much risk to compare them to these two. So Senate at $10 million had a massive pump today, 12%. But you can see here, they had token burns, right? So Senate and Sidus will rock together for sure. But I hope that Elix and Lit just, do some crazy stuff. For those of you that don't know, this is the, I believe there's a launch pad here as well. And you got to stake, was it this one? Crowdfunding. They did have another token in the ecosystem, how to build a crypto. I mean, this is super degen compared to, I would definitely get Senate at that current market cap, and then probably hedge my bet with one of the other ones. Look, Affin is in my watch list, brother. Affin has been in my watch list for a while. I don't owe any. But it looks all right to me. Nothing crazy. It really just depends on this point of the cycle. Where's the gaming again? I keep losing my gaming. I've got so many. Finn is right here. Let me. $11 million. And this thing could absolutely do anything, right? Check the browser before accessing. The thing is, one of the things that I'm waiting for the sandbox or something like that or Facebook, Meta, or Apple or some. They need some kind of a catalyst to do the whole VR, metaverse gaming. But I do like this. I've always liked the way they present themselves. I do like, even for example, I don't know if you read this bit about the tokenomics. The utility, it's one of the cleanest, right? This is well presented. And crazy things happen in the bull market. Some of these things will definitely catch fire. So yeah, look, I do like it. It's on my watch list. I haven't bought this yet, but nice little neat website. High risk, high reward could do really well. Creo's latest tweet. Let's bring that up. What have they burned more tokens? Please tell me they've incinerated the rest of their tokens. Criolla. I swear, if it's like microvision space. Ooh. Alrightio. Transforming NFTs and metaverse. AI-driven NFT valuation so look, let me know which one of the news you're referring to, but these guys are insane, man. I don't know why anybody would, in their right frame of mind, wouldn't actually consider this as a fantastic investment. These guys are already massive in the East. So what are these partnerships? So they've also partnered with Veracity for their proof of view and technology, and of course, they've just announced more. I believe you just want me to look at this big news. Let me know which one you're referring to. I mean, these are old news, but I'm super bullish on this anyway. 46 minutes ago. Yeah, fantastic. Get some Creo, guys. It's really, really good. Natix. I'm still so this is what I think of Natix, bro. I did about I'm actually in the so the pre-sale, is on CoinList. And here's the application. I'm using Natix every day to drive it around, earning rewards. I actually did some raffles today on Amazon, so you had to give away some of the points. But look, I do like it. Are they going to compete with Navi? It looks to be heading towards that way. So the fact that these guys are built on Peak could be a tremendous advantage. So I am actually checking that one out. Thanks for bringing that one up. Great question. Steve-O, what do you think about DeFi for this bull run? I'm eyeing some. Look, great question. So DeFi summer, when we made all of those crazy gains. Look, I'm bullish on DeFi with within specific narratives. I think so let's look at base, and let's look at for example, let's look at the super chain with the Opstack, with optimism, right? This is something that people don't actually talk about. So if you look at Velodrome Finance, and by the way, shouts out to Mehri, who's always talked about this project. Is this the right one? No, it's actually not the, sorry, Velodrome connecting. No, not Velocity. What am I doing? Where am I? Let's have a look at Velodrome. So let's start here. And I'm sure you're obviously eyeing, I'm eyeing stuff in the SUI ecosystem. I'm looking at stuff on Optimism with this bad boy here. Aerodrome is a fork of this, right? So Aerodrome forked them, and the only difference is they've tweaked the interface, added a few features to it. But this was something that I was always looking for, this super chain. Now, unfortunately, Aerodrome has now taken that mantle and took it to the to the next level. So if I was to actually allocate if I had $10,000 just for DeFi, this would get some of it, in my opinion, because this is based on the central trading and liquidity marketplace on Superchain. So that's the Optimism stack. So this is an automatic money maker that is exactly the same as Aerodrome. So this would be one for consideration. The other one would, of course, would be Aero. I don't think Aero is too big yet, despite what everybody else thinks. I don't think this is too big at $500 million. It wasn't too big at $400 million. I think this will go on to do multiple billions of dollars, in my opinion. And this was a direct fork of Velodrome Finance. But the fact that this is on base with the whole circle, BlackRock, Coinbase, there's a lot of things that are going to happen over here. So I'm bullish on DeFi. As you know, I'm also bullish on this little gem that I've had for a while, that we've had for a little bit, because I think this is going to be a kind of a, if you've actually been on this DEX, by the way, if you're holding ZF on Tangent, I think you should be able to stake these, because they've just upgraded their DAO, and I don't know what's happened to the website. Oh, that's interesting. zkswap.finance is down. Let's see. Reload. That's probably on my side. Oh, welcome back, Mr. Jones. But listen, yeah, so it will be specific projects. Of course, if you want to actually look at a from a wider perspective, I've always, I was watching the market in particular, with the news of what's happening now. Um, on a grander scale, you could be looking at something like this with the ETF with Ethereum. Things could, these things could really explode. So to answer your question, I'm very much bullish on DeFi. However, it has to be specific. I think DeFi would be not multiple narratives, but I think it would be chain specific. So that's where I'm looking to play, brother. Hope I answered your question there. But do you still recommend Casper for a save 10x? Oh man, Casper is a save 20x. I think, look, Casper, I can give you tons of projects for 10x. Definitely Casper is probably a bit more than that. 10x would be probably the least of the predictions. You're looking at another 10x over here, potentially more in Pendle. You're looking at Ondo. If you're looking for a 10x, maybe 20x over here. This is an unbelievable project, and I think this will continue to grow. And the volume, guys, so numbers don't lie here. $200 million in volume, 1.2 billion in market cap. Under $1, extremely, extremely bullish. And then you got tons of other stuff. Even Sui is an attractive 10x, in my opinion. If you wanted to put there's big things coming to Sui. Volume is unbelievable. And of course, you've got the DEX play there, which is Cetus. So yeah, you can actually make incredible money. We don't always have to buy from the bottom of the barrel, but I love the fact that you're looking for some safety, and I think Casper will offer you more, in my opinion. David, what's going on, man? What's happening, bro? You know what? To be honest, I got distracted to another kind of bigger situation. But I will look into this, I promise you. What was it? What was the ticker again? Sorry. My eyes are playing out a little bit. Was it Lander? Yeah, no, I'll look into it. I promise I'll come back to you on that one. Script. So I did look into Script. I don't know if you saw my Patreon video, because you might be there, you might not be. I might be mixing you up with somebody else. But I did look at Script. Somebody else asked me about, and I actually used the platform. I actually used and watched some much needed UK television that I don't normally get in Dubai. And just for the sake of this demonstration, these guys have done a tremendous work. Fantastic work. I mean, I'm looking at the token economy, and I just want to know how they make money. But this is my new TV right now, guys. Absolutely free. So they make all their money in advertisements. And I would love, I mean, again, I'm using this. Like, since you've actually kind of sent this to me, I've been watching TV from back home, looking at news channels. So I do like that. Part of my research, which is what I'm actually looking into, obviously from the obvious tokenomics and that type of thing, I just want to know the token economy and how they make money. It's a micro cap, so I'm in no doubt this thing will, catch some fire. You can see here, decent market cap, very good volume, up quite nicely. I think they've got some decent exchanges. Again, they've given some tokens to some VCs, KuCoin, and the founder's a cool guy. I've seen some of his interviews over there from the UK. So, for example, if you come over here, where was my? Did I see Dave? So I saw some channels that I'm familiar with. Let's have a look at this. Gold TV, news channels. So look, I do like the concept. I do like the idea, considering that I spent a lot of time my on my desk and have a look at this. There goes the Gareth Southgate's press conference, and I'm not using a VPN, right? So I love it, and I can see the use case for it. Decentralized TV with a dashboard. You can put the wallet in, but yeah, a little bit more research. But I think for the market cap to potential, I think this could do really well. But like I said, it's all about it's all about attracting users and the network effect. And I certainly have that since I actually found this little gem. So thank you, A, for reminding me to check this bad boy out. And B, I do use this quite a lot. Now, I'll get back to you on the token economy and economics and all of that type of stuff to see whether we could make some money. I think it can make some money, but how do they make money? Stupid question. Never. If you did manage to make 1 million in crypto, did you manage to make 1 million? Eliash, yeah, man, look at my crib. Look, that is a that I can answer that for you. I've made money in crypto. Let's just put it that way. I've had car parks looking all right, wife's happy. Yes, I did, brother. And some of it luck, some of it hard work. So yeah. Did you get into UV, mate? This is supposed to be no comments. I'll see you on the Discord. Guys, no one knows what fans is, all right? So let me just remove this before I get some kind of a copyright strike or something. Did I actually the answer is yes, sir. And that's our secret 1000x gem, by the way. Remember InfoWars? Yeah, every day, bro. Kimbo Slice and InfoWars. That was my stable diet. GRMX, bro. That thing pisses me off. I left that in anger. I made a disastrous entry. Shit tokenomics. And they can save their GPU and whatever GMRX, I think it was. GMRX gaming. Look, ridiculous. This was kind of like, look at the look at the circulating supply and the fact that what are they, a Depin, this is less than some of the early prices. Look, I'm not bullish on this, to be honest. Would it get a early, some kind of a exchange listing potentially? Does the concept look good on paper? Yes. But I'd rather buy instead of this shit. And I never call projects shit, but this is an absolute, they're literally just money grabbing over here. Unless there's anybody who's bullish on it that can actually challenge that. I think this is a better project. Where is it? Not this one. Gamer, was it Gamer? I do have a better one. I'll share with you. My mind's going elsewhere because it's kind of late. I've got to whisk through these questions, but yeah, definitely, I don't like that project. No worries, just hold. Sound advice. If you believe in that, brother, I can't argue with you. I left Jasmine in 2023, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Best crypto for now to DCA, like Casper or something. Oh, you're looking for the best crypto? Buy some Ondo, not financial advice. Buy some ALF, buy some, I think Ondo's is possibly one of the best investments you can make. I mean, just look at the chart. Look at the chart. I mean, I don't have to say anything about this. You've convinced me to start accumulating Atlas Navi. Me or Patriot? Nice one. No, and I'll tell you the reasons why, bro. It's um yeah, virtual bacon is really good. Absolutely superb. Yeah. He's a good guy. Any thoughts on W Quill? Um no AI. So the only one that I can tell you is Quill, which is not out yet. I do like it from what I'm reading so far. Let's have a look at W, whether I remember this or not. Wormhole, yeah. For me, I mean, these are some of the bigger cryptocurrencies that I don't absolutely like at all. And for example, at the same market cap, I would lean towards something like an Ondo for similar size market cap, and then your other ones, no AI, which is the opposite to IAI. Is this the one on no AI? Let me check. Yeah, I haven't done a research on the others, brother. Yeah, so I'll probably look at those into the next live. I'll take a note of that and come back to you for it. Ben, just wait after the pivot of the Fed. Yes, that's when we will print. RWA play. Any thoughts? I don't know it, brother. I'll have to take a look on here. But since I'm trying to move it quite quick, yeah, I don't have an opinion on this yet at all. So I will skip it, but I'll come back to you on that if I get some time. Yeah, I have those. I like Runes Bridge. Oh, okay. Be up the ORNJ. I do like that. Again, yeah, I'll have to have a look at these because I'm gonna shoot off, guys. But we all know when Athia is going to release. It should be. I think the notes are out, so it should be anytime in the next few months. I'm loving all the way from London, Feltham. Yes, what's going on? Oh, please don't tell me you're in the Young Offenders Institute over there in Feltham. Shout out to my brother Yas in London. I wish I could ask some questions on this live, but all my questions have been addressed. Awesome Patreon. Joey, you are an absolute legend, brother. I don't like to fade the questions, even though I think my Dubai timing right now is 12:30, but we'll get through as many as we can. Appreciate that, brother. If you are a Kimbo Slice fan, why don't you have some headdo to remember by him? R.I.P. Cordell, man. Let's get it on, man. That guy was an absolute legend. Listen, the first question there is, can you grow hair? I'll leave it there. I think you just baited me out. Guys, Trump just followed people to pay for his campaign in crypto. Absolutely. Sell the news, chiller. You're 100% right, bro. Satoshi, where have you been lately, bro? Do you think gaming projects on Beam and Superverse can stay relevant? What are the catalysts to look? Becca tweeted the other day about. I think for me, a catalyst would be, not just Gonzilla because that launches in Q3, but there's going to be dynamic money flow into gaming, and that's already happening. And whatever you see as dormant right now, gaming volume is down extremely, and some whales are accumulating gaming projects. I would probably say towards the last year we had a mini pump in November, so slightly before that, but I think we'll get a gaming run of epic proportions in this cycle. Whether it happens once or twice, who knows? LCX, I'm not in. Velo, I like. PNG, Goldfinch, Alf, ML, each of these will have 10% allocation, total 1 point, decent portfolio. That for Jake, I think that's over diversifying. So for 1.5k investment, I would maximum go with 3 projects. Ideally 2 to 3 projects. Maybe you can stretch that out to some low cap gems. Take a punt in a meme, but I would definitely try to maybe go into maximum 2 to 3 projects with that, because I think you'd stand to gain much better if you overly diversified into all of those cryptocurrency projects. I mean, look, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% each, total 1 point. No, that wouldn't work for you. That would wreck you. Go less tokens and just try to maybe put 3 tokens, $500 each. Thank you very much, and enjoy the ride. I think many people are sleeping on Cadena. You know what? I've recently looked at Cadena. You know, well done to the complete revamp on their website, and you may well be right. I think it's a discussion to be had. RA said Osaka Protocol. I'll check it on the next because I'm gonna just say, oh man, the comments are way. So how long have we been on, guys? I'm so sorry if I haven't got to your questions, but I think we've been on for a significant amount of time. Whatever we haven't picked up, we're the same family. We're the DXB family, guys. We'll do it on the next. We'll do it on the next one. But I hope I got through as many questions as possible. I've got a meeting tomorrow morning, so tonight I'm going to call it early. But yeah, look, stay safe. I hope you found something that I said useful. And yeah, John, by the way, somebody's saying, take a look at, John's saying, take a look at Mint Layer. I am the Mint Layer ambassador, brother. I'm not an ambassador, by the way, guys. Not affiliated on that way. But I do love Mint Layer. I've made tons of videos in my YouTube. I'll continue to make some more. And yeah, so guys, I'm running out of stamina and the coffee's all but out. But listen, it's been a fantastic stream. And if I haven't got to your question, yeah, if I haven't got to your question, I'm running out of stamina. I'm absolutely dead. So arrivederci. Take care, guys. Speed run. Yeah, definitely, bro. I need to learn how to do that, Ross. Maybe I need some mods. Still got a lot of buying to do. Well, if you got a lot of buying to do, I would probably say we're happy with the drawback. So guys, everyone, just before I got worried, everyone's saying what's happening with ML, and it looks like there's a problem here. Nothing. It's ML is doing ML what the market is doing, but it was rocking earlier on in the day. So lots of life, guys. Smash the likes. Hope you found this useful. Take away what I said. Look at your portfolio. Get rid of ugly things. And we see each other in Dubai in 2025. God bless you all, man. Good night. Yeah, much love, brother. Thank you so much. Lots of love, guys. Take care.